From the deepest mines to the crowns of kings, few stones hold the allure of rubies and sapphires. The ruby, a fiery heart pulsing red. The sapphire, a cool blue whispering of ocean depths and twilight skies. These gems for centuries have captivated us. They are woven into our legends, our history, and our desires. But what is it about these stones, birthed in the darkness of the earth, that so captures the human imagination? Their beauty is undeniable, their colors vibrant and alive. But it is more than mere aesthetics. It is the stories they tell, the whispers of empires past, of love and loss, of power and intrigue. It is this journey we are about to embark on, a journey to uncover the secrets of rubies and sapphires. What may appear, at first glance, to be two entirely different gems are in fact close cousins. Both rubies and sapphires belong to the corundum family, a group of minerals known for their exceptional hardness. It is the presence of trace elements, tiny whispers of other minerals, that give rubies and sapphires their spectacular colors. Chromium, a metal, is the magician behind the ruby's fiery red. Iron and titanium, on the other hand, lend sapphires their cool blue hues. But sapphires, unlike their red brethren, are not limited to a single color. They can be found in a rainbow of shades. From the sunny yellows of fancy sapphires to the lush greens and the vibrant pinks, each color tells a different story, a different dance of elements within the Earth's fiery heart. Our journey begins, as all good treasure hunts do, with a map. Not a map of paper and ink, but a map etched in stone and time. We must travel back millions of years to the fiery birth of our planet to understand the origins of these precious stones. Deep within the Earth's crust, under immense pressure and heat, crystals began to form. These crystals, born of molten rock and ancient forces, would become the rubies and sapphires we treasure today. Over millennia, these gems were carried by volcanic eruptions or pushed upwards by the slow, grinding movement of tectonic plates. They found their way into riverbeds and mountainsides, scattered across the globe, waiting to be discovered. Our journey will take us to these far-flung corners of the world, to the mines and rivers where rubies and sapphires are found. To truly understand the allure of rubies and sapphires, one must delve deeper than their surface beauty. We must journey into the very heart of these gems, to the very atoms that compose their being. Imagine, if you will, a lattice of tightly packed atoms, a structure so ordered, so precise that it gives rise to the remarkable hardness that characterizes these gems. This lattice, composed primarily of aluminium and oxygen, forms the backbone of both ruby and sapphire. But it is within this rigid framework that the magic truly happens. It is the inclusion of foreign elements, those interlopers from the periodic table, that injects color into this otherwise colorless structure. These trace elements, often present in minute quantities, are the artists behind the ruby's red and the sapphire's blue. The birth of a ruby or a sapphire is a violent and dramatic affair. Picture, if you will, the fiery heart of a volcano, where molten rock known as magma churns and bubbles with the Earth's primal energy. It is within this inferno, under immense pressure and at temperatures exceeding 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit, that corundum crystals begin to form. As the magma cools and solidifies, these crystals, too small to be seen with the naked eye, are trapped within the igneous rock. Over millions of years, these rocks are subjected to the Earth's relentless forces. They are uplifted, eroded and weathered, gradually releasing the gemstones they hold captive. These liberated gems, carried by rivers and streams, eventually find their way to alluvial deposits, the treasure troves of gem hunters. The vibrant colors of rubies and sapphires are not merely a trick of the light, but a fascinating interplay of physics and chemistry. It is the way these gems interact with light, absorbing certain wavelengths and reflecting others that gives them their characteristic hues. In the case of rubies, the presence of chromium atoms within the corundum lattice is responsible for their fiery red. Chromium absorbs most colors in the visible spectrum, but reflects red light, giving rubies their distinctive color. Sapphires, on the other hand, owe their blue hues to the presence of iron and titanium. These elements, working in tandem, absorb longer wavelengths of light, such as red and yellow, while reflecting blue light back to our eyes. While blue is the most common and perhaps the most iconic color for sapphires, these gemstones are remarkably diverse in their chromatic expression. Sapphires, unlike rubies, can exhibit a breathtaking range of colors, a veritable rainbow of possibilities. Pink sapphires, with their delicate and romantic hues, owe their color to the presence of trace amounts of chromium. Yellow sapphires, as their name suggests, derive their sunny disposition from the inclusion of iron. And then there are the rarer and more exotic varieties: green sapphires, orange sapphires, and even colorless sapphires, each with their unique beauty and allure. These colorful variations on the sapphire theme are a testament to the power of trace elements and the endless creativity of nature. They remind us that even within the seemingly rigid confines of chemistry and physics, there is always room for surprise and wonder. The allure of rubies, with their fiery hearts and blood-red brilliance, has captivated civilizations for millennia. From the ancient empires of the East to the royal courts of Europe, the ruby has been a symbol of power, passion, and protection. In ancient India, the ruby was known as the Ratnaraj, the king of gems. It was believed to bring good fortune, ward off evil spirits, and grant its wearer invincibility in battle. Indian emperors adorned themselves with rubies, believing these gems would ensure victory and prosperity. The ancient Burmese also held the ruby in high esteem. They believed that rubies had the power to make them invulnerable to injury. Warriors would insert rubies beneath their skin, believing the gems would make them impervious to the blows of their enemies. This practice, though perhaps misguided, speaks volumes about the reverence with which rubies were held. While rubies blazed a trail of fire across history, sapphires, with their cool blue elegance, wove their own spellbinding narratives. From the ancient Persians to the medieval Europeans, sapphires were revered for their celestial associations and protective powers. The ancient Persians believed that the earth rested upon a giant sapphire, its blue reflection giving the sky its color. Sapphires were also thought to possess healing powers and were often used in amulets and talismans to ward off illness and misfortune. In medieval Europe, sapphires became associated with purity, wisdom, and divine favor. They were believed to symbolize heaven and were often worn by clergy members and royalty. The deep blue of sapphires was thought to inspire peace, contemplation, and spiritual enlightenment. One cannot speak of famous rubies without mentioning the Black Prince's ruby, a gem shrouded in legend and history. Weighing 170 carats, it has adorned English crowns for centuries. Legend says Edward, the Black Prince, acquired it during the Battle of Najera in 1367. In 1415, King Henry V wore it at the Battle of Agincourt. The ruby deflected a blow, saving the king's life, cementing its status as a powerful talisman. The Star of India, a sapphire saga. Among the world's most famous sapphires, the Star of India holds a place of honor. Weighing 563.4 carats, it's a marvel of nature. This star sapphire exhibits asterism, a six-rayed star effect. Light reflects off needle-like inclusions, creating the star. Mined in Sri Lanka, it joined J.P. Morgan's collection. In 1900, Morgan donated it to the American Museum of Natural History. Section 1. Unearthing Treasure. The Quest for Rubies and Sapphires. The pursuit of rubies and sapphires is not for the faint of heart. It is an arduous endeavour, often undertaken in remote and unforgiving landscapes, driven by a thirst for both adventure and fortune. For centuries, the search for these precious gems has taken intrepid souls to the far corners of the globe. From the scorching deserts of Australia to the icy peaks of the Himalayas, they have braved treacherous jungles, navigated perilous mountain passes, and endured scorching heat and bitter cold in their relentless quest for these buried treasures. The life of a gem hunter is one of hardship and uncertainty, but also one of exhilaration and the possibility of striking it rich. It is a gamble, a roll of the dice against nature's capricious hand, where the rewards, though often elusive, can be life-changing. Section 2, From Mountaintop to Riverbed, where gems lie hidden. Rubies and sapphires, though born in the fiery depths of the earth, are not always found in active volcanic regions. Over millions of years, geological processes have dispersed these gems far and wide, depositing them in a variety of environments. Primary deposits, as they are known, are found in the very rocks where rubies and sapphires crystallized millions of years ago. These deposits, often located in mountainous regions, require heavy machinery and blasting to extract the gems from their rocky matrix. Secondary deposits, on the other hand, are formed when rubies and sapphires are eroded from their primary sources and transported by rivers and streams. These gems, often found in alluvial deposits along riverbeds and in gravel pits, are typically easier to mine, requiring simpler tools and techniques. The tools of the gem hunter are as varied as the landscapes they inhabit. From simple hand tools to sophisticated machinery, the equipment used to extract rubies and sapphires depends on the type of deposit, the scale of the operation, and the resources available. In alluvial deposits, the tools of the trade are often quite basic. Pans, shovels and sieves are used to separate the gems from the sand and gravel. This labour-intensive process, though seemingly simple, requires a keen eye and a good deal of patience. In primary deposits, where the gems are locked within solid rock, more powerful tools are required. Heavy machinery, such as excavators and bulldozers, is used to remove overburden and access the gem-bearing rock. Diamond-tipped drills and explosives are then used to break up the rock and release the gems. Whether panning for gems in a muddy riverbed or blasting through solid rock, the thrill of discovery is what drives gem hunters onward. It is the anticipation, the hope, that the next shovelful of gravel or the next blast of dynamite will reveal a hidden treasure that keeps them going. Imagine, if you will, the moment of truth. The miner, covered in sweat and grime, sifts through a pan of gravel, his eyes scanning for a telltale glint of colour. And then, there it is. A flash of red, a spark of blue, a tiny beacon of brilliance amidst the dull stones. In that instant, all the hardship, all the uncertainty fades away. The miner is no longer just a labourer, but a treasure hunter, a modern-day prospector who has unearthed a piece of the earth's hidden beauty. It is a moment of pure exhilaration, a reminder that even in the most unlikely of places, fortune favours the bold. No tale of sapphires, however brief, would be complete without a nod to the Hope Diamond. This magnificent blue gem, weighing in at a substantial 45.52 carats, has captivated the world with its beauty and its rather sinister reputation. The Hope Diamond's origins are shrouded in mystery. The most widely accepted story traces it back to India, where it was allegedly stolen from the eye of a statue of the Hindu goddess Sita. Legend has it that a curse befell those who possessed the diamond, bringing them misfortune and tragedy. Whether or not one subscribes to such superstitions, the Hope Diamond's history is undeniably turbulent. It passed through the hands of kings and queens, bankers and socialites, each owner seemingly meeting with some unfortunate end. It was eventually donated to the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C., where it remains one of the most popular exhibits, a testament to our enduring fascination with both beauty and the macabre. The Timur ruby, a gift fit for an empress. Weighing 361 carats, the Timur ruby stands as a testament to opulence. This deep red ruby boasts a history as rich as its color. Its journey is a tale worthy of the Arabian Nights. Mined in Badakhshan, it found its way to the Mughal emperors. In 1851, it was presented to Queen Victoria by the East India Company. From mine to masterpiece, the artistry of gem cutting. The journey of a ruby or sapphire from mine to masterpiece is a testament to both human ingenuity and artistry. These rough stones, plucked from the earth, hold within them the potential for extraordinary beauty, but it takes a skilled hand to unleash their full splendor. Gem cutting is a delicate and demanding art, requiring years of training and an intuitive understanding of the stone's inherent properties. The cutter must assess the rough stone's clarity, color, and crystal structure to determine the optimal cut, one that will maximize its brilliance and fire. Using a variety of tools, including diamond-tipped saws, grinding wheels, and polishing cloths, the cutter painstakingly shapes the stone, creating facets that reflect and refract light in a dazzling display of brilliance. It is a dance between art and science, a collaboration between nature's raw beauty and human creativity. A legacy in light. The enduring allure of rubies and sapphires. The enduring allure of rubies and sapphires is a testament to their timeless beauty. Their colors ignite our imaginations and their rarity fuels our desires. They are more than just stones, they are symbols of our hopes and dreams. And so, we find ourselves at the end of our journey, our heads filled with fiery rubies and cool, calming sapphires. But the story, much like the gems themselves, continues. The allure of these stones, passed down through centuries and civilizations, remains as potent as ever. Why, one might ask, do these stones, born of the earth and darkness, hold such sway over us? Is it their rarity, the way they capture light, those vibrant colors whispering tales of their fiery birth? Or is it something more, something intangible that speaks to the human spirit? Perhaps it is the very essence of their being. Forged in the heart of our planet, under unimaginable pressure and heat, these stones represent an enduring strength, a resilience that echoes within us. They're a tangible link to the Earth's ancient history, a reminder that we too are part of something far greater than ourselves. Throughout our exploration, we have delved into the science behind these gems, marveling at the intricate dance of atoms and light that gives rise to their captivating colors. We have traced their journey through time, from the fiery depths of the earth to the gilded cages of museums and the delicate fingers of royalty. But more than mere objects of beauty or scientific curiosity, rubies and sapphires have served as potent symbols throughout history. They have adorned the crowns of emperors, graced the necks of queens, and inspired artists, poets, and storytellers for generations. They have been talismans of protection, symbols of love and devotion, and tokens of wealth and power. Their stories, interwoven with the tapestry of human history, remind us that these stones are more than just objects. They are vessels of meaning, imbued with the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of countless individuals across time. As we conclude our exploration, let us remember that the story of rubies and sapphires is not confined to the annals of history or the display cases of museums. Their legacy lives on in the hands of skilled artisans who continue to transform these rough stones into objects of exquisite beauty, their artistry breathing new life into these ancient treasures. From the mines of Burma to the workshops of Antwerp, the quest for rubies and sapphires continues. Driven by a passion for these precious stones, gem hunters, cutters and collectors alike contribute to a legacy that spans continents and centuries. And so, the next time you find yourself captivated by the fiery glow of a ruby or the cool depths of a sapphire, remember the journey these stones have taken. Remember the forces that brought them into being, the hands that have shaped them, and the stories they have to tell. For within these gems lies a universe of wonder, waiting to be discovered.